Have you ever watched a leaf fall from its tree and the wind is blowing it slowly to the ground as it lands flat? That's the beginning of something fading so that a new leaf can grow on the tree of life. If you take a look at relationships, they change and they evolve because they are simply the leaves that fall from the trees that are of life. And do you know that the pain that we often reckon with is when we lose something that is very precious, something that is valuable, which is connections that seem like they would last for a lifetime. People that we trust, that we often view on a level of influence and great wisdom. They could change their perception on how they look at us individually as we are in their lives. There's a season in every interaction of relationships that harnesses its blooming and then its ripeness and then its fading and then its decaying process, meaning that something ends, something dies. But never look at the fact that whatever time that you have invested in something that has been a very solid relationship, is never look at it as being void, but look at it as that you have grown wisdom in that setting, in that relationship, in that person that has helped you to see things in a very more concrete way that maybe you haven't seen before. Maybe giving of yourself more time to those who are in need could be the result of someone that you trusted, that you saw always giving, always planting seeds. Now you're able to plant seeds in a way that's effective. You're able to show more compassion because you've seen the compassion in a close friend that was demonstrating on a continuum when you were interacting and being around that person. We have to remember, the only way something ever truly deteriorates is when you start to see it, when you start to see that something has no value. But when something carries value, it holds a long-lasting impression. A person doesn't have to become distant as far as your memory just because they're no longer present in your life. You can still love them even if they don't love you back, even if they have disappeared in every sort of visible setting. You could still love them and you could still see them in your mind as if they are still there. You could still show gratitude, even if you never had the opportunity to apologize for something that you may have done wrong. Something that you may have said that was offensive. You could still apologize from the heart. You can still relinquish anything that has to do with any type of hatred, any type of bitterness that may have came out in a specific moment of your character. There is still value in anything that may have lost its impression in the here and now, meaning that someone who is not in the here and now, something that is valuable that's no longer in the here and now, you can still hold on to the preciousness by just knowing that you still carry love towards those individual people that are no longer here with you. I'm 36 years old, and when it comes to wisdom, the greatest lesson is learning. Learning triumphs everything that has to do with a setting of practicing any type of wisdom principle. Learning is the way of growing and observing everything that is meant to be, without trying to control it, without trying to fight against it. That's where you find wisdom that lives automatically inside of you and outside of you, to plant seeds on the earth, to grow in the goodness of the soil that is of you planting that seed of wisdom on the earth, so that people will always remember you by. If you want to leave an imprint on the lives of people long lasting, do what is of the goodness from your heart to others. Sacrifice in a way that is not looking for recognition, but sacrifice because you know it's the right thing to do. It's the right way to live. It's the right way to be.